All right. Hello. It is Saturday night. We are back for yet another stream. Working on hopefully finishing this HG Michaelis tonight before transitioning to another project. Hopefully. We'll see how things go time-wise, but I think it's within reason. We're most of the way done. But yeah, glad to be back. We're going to be giving away an RG Exia tonight, so that'll be exciting. We also do have a backup prize on hand if that happens to get one early in the stream. Huge thank you to the flurry of super chat donations we got at the end of the stream last week that made that possible. So thanks again for anybody who contributed last week. I'm going to jump in the chat, say hello, and then get back to building. A couple of the things, though, before I say hello. Number one, if you enjoyed these streams, do please hit that like button. It helps more people see the stream, which is, I think, a good thing overall. Two, like I kind of mentioned, super chats should be enabled. So if you want to contribute for future backup prizes, which are funded entirely based on the revenue from super chats and things like that, please feel free to do so. And I think that's everything. Oh yeah, one other thing, we are running a sale this weekend, a pretty big one, 15% off all in-stock items with code SAVE15. Ends tomorrow 11:59 p.m. Eastern. But if you happen to be bored during the stream tonight, or there's something that you're looking for, head over to mechawarehouse.com and maybe take advantage of that code. So anyway, I'm going to jump in the chat, say hello. What's up, T? Eddie X Gap, what's up? Billy, Bob, Joe, Hi, Zombie, Dylan, Dull, Wolfpack, Jerome, Rodrigo, what's up? Maverick Entity, Go Zero, Lord Kronos, Baka, ZCO. Let's see. Matthew Mahoney, Young Hero, Thomas Dietrich, Cody Morehouse. How do the giveaways work? So Cody, the way the giveaways work is periodically throughout the stream, I'm going to ask everybody to put a number in the chat and answer a question. And then sometime afterwards, I'll call time and then draw a number in that range. If your number gets called, you are the winner. If we have no winners, we draw again later. What's up, Ryan, Solid Monkey, Studio AU, Sergeant McRuff, Rob Rosencrantz, Wilkie, Kai Romano, Double O Gundam Exia. Matthew Mahoney looked through all 67 pages of the in-stock at the warehouse the other day. I need more room and money. Don't we all? Rockers, Los Angeles, what's up? Kyle Walter, Adam Champo, Mark D. Ryan, what's up? Lego Yoda, Daniel Morgan, Rob Sadler, Kilo Delta, Real Time 88, Royuk, TL Drive, what's up? What are y'all working on? Great question. What is everybody working on tonight? Stuff from the weekend sale. Hope to receive them soon. Nice, Leo. Thank you so much. Jimmy Chongas, what's up? Leo Ma. The X-Gap only got him 2 weeks ago. Nice. Welcome to the hobby. What's up, Hunter? So lucky, thank God it wasn't 30% off. I would have gone broke, but I did work 3 RGs. Hey, Heathcliff, what's going on? Like, I just want to say thanks for the great clearance sale last week. Got a few nice kits to add to the backlog. Everything arrived perfectly packed. Nice Lego. Let's see, anything more. Started paint tester my Ilford Devonta. Nice. Destroy HG. Literally getting the runner organized now. Nice. Alright, so I think that's everybody. That's everything. Let's get back to building. HG Strike Freedom. Nice. Zakuga metal frame 42, nice. Hopefully finish the RG Force Impulse Spec 229, nice. Open 30 emissions, original Altoed White. Maybe my Tachikoma again, it's coming together nicely. Be building if I wasn't busy spring cleaning. Does anyone have an idea of how to secure a gunplate inside a car to keep it steady displaying on top of the front panel like those old dog statues that jiggle? That's a tough one. I don't know that most kits will withstand that. Especially with all the sun, they'll probably get brittle over time. You want to look into a solid top coat to help protect it from the sun exposure, I would think. And you might have to modify it internally to make it more rigid, depending on the size. Not sure how you would mount it. That's an interesting one. I think we'll start near Raven. Kind of want to display the RG Epi on there in dragon form. That'd be interesting. I'm not sure how you do that. The Cosmos LED stuff for the RG High News, so work on that. MG Justice Gun, I'm probably going to start UCMG here in a few minutes. Amazing work. Can't wait to start my first one. Just wondering which model is best for first timers. Awesome, Zombie. So I'll give you my 2 cents, and I think there's probably a lot of different opinions. You can't go wrong with any of the entry grades. I kind of wish they existed when I got into the hobby because they are specifically made to be easy, hence the name entry grade. There's a handful of them now, and they are all solid builds from what I've seen and heard. I've helped my 5-year-old with a few of them. He enjoyed them, but I think they'd be great even as an adult. Most high grades, especially modern high grades, aren't too bad either. The older high grades can sometimes be a little tricky. So it depends on your patience level and what you're going for. But really the best thing is the thing that you want to build. I mean, whatever you think you'll enjoy. Not working anything now, but my HGUC Amazing Zagok will ship from P Bandai soon, so that'll be my next kit. We'll try making the arms fit in the RG at some point. Interesting. We'll elaborate on that. True about the sun damage and make it more rigid. So Blasphemy builds. High grade Granddaddy Gun Arc 78-2 Origin. I heard it's a good kit. Grade I have broke within a day. What did you do to it? It should be pretty solid. What's up, Orlando? Thanks to bro for the advice. I guess I'll get my first entry level one. They're definitely a good place to start. High grades are good. Also, depending on your confidence out of the gate, SDs can be pretty easy. But honestly, if you've ever built anything that has instructions, Legos and other models, like, it's not really that bad for any of them. So you kind of can't go wrong in the grand scheme of things. You're carried Seata kits. I think there's some Seata kits in stock right now. Surprised by the Double Out Thrones coming in stock. Yeah, they jumped on order that. Nice. Why is it Gundam so sought after? It's just a really solid kit. I haven't built mine yet, but I've heard it's like a really good high grade. It kind of sets the tone for what high grades could or should be. It's got a lot, and one of the staff connector pieces broke off. Interesting. I helped my son with a lot. We didn't have that issue, but I don't know. Did we do the staff? I'm not even sure. Well, for first timers, most high grades can do, but the simpler side, like Gufrazak, would be a nice starting point. Or if you want to start Gundam, any of the HGAC wing kits can be good. What's up, Artie? I don't know about a kit a little while ago in an FB group and was told it was hard to find. Turns out you had in stock, and it is now mine. Hopefully you go spread the word over there. We've got a ton of stuff in stock that I think everybody's forgotten about and thinks is unobtainable, so it's hard to keep everyone informed about that stuff. I think we're going to be we're continuing to make changes to how we order kits, especially things like that people don't think to look for, that aren't generally in stock consistently a lot of places, because they just don't know to look for them and they end up sitting on the shelf for quite a while. Hey Pockets, what's up? Alright, so right leg is officially done. Left leg, C11 and 16. Part of the reason I went through all 67 pages of in stock. Nice. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that, like, if we were a brick and mortar store, people would just stumble on stuff. But because we're online only, you don't tend to just stumble on things, you know, because you're not just browsing aisleways quite the same way. I'm going to Sought After because it's widely regarded as one of the best HG kits. I'm so happy I was able to pick up an MG Gear Doke. I feel like I've been waiting for almost 2 years to get one. Yeah, those just came in stock. I wonder if they sold out already. I know they were going pretty fast yesterday. It's a bird soup. Let's see if I can grab some more if they did. Junk my kits are things I stumble upon. Yeah, it's been a continual struggle. I think it's definitely like an e-commerce versus brick and mortar thing. Like, that's the fun of going to a brick and mortar store, I think, is looking down the completely disorganized aisles and seeing what you find. Cart build since I got home Friday, but plan to see how much of it gets sold out. Game I was end up doing due to indecisiveness. Just start locating a phone line store. Is it possible to go and look in person? We're in Concord, New Hampshire. We don't allow people to shop the store, but we do give tours. Like, you could look around, I suppose, a little bit, but we typically don't let people shop the warehouse because the ease of having an item get misplaced because somebody, you know, grabbed it because they were interested in it and then gets distracted by something else they also want, you know, and then leaving it somewhere else on the shelf, and then if we run out of that item, we don't know where it is, and then you get unsatisfied customer, which is not good. What's up, Victor? So brick and mortar stores often have impulse buyers. Yeah, I think so. I think that's why a lot of brick and mortar stores get away with the above MSRP pricing a decent amount of the time. Because I figure somebody will see something and just have to have it and buy it, not think to look up the price. Or any big Gundam stores near me. The closest is Gundam Planet. It's almost 2 hours away. It's a Flater. Best live stream ever. Very friendly. Thanks, Zombie. 2 Gary Doga MGs left. Nice, those probably won't last the weekend then. Considering they just restocked yesterday. Hopefully one of my distributors has more. But I quit going to Hobby Town. Price not worth the convenience. The closest store to buy is an hour and a half away. Yeah, I've never really done the in-store shopping since I got into the hobby. Especially since starting a store, getting all my stuff from myself essentially. But even before that, I'm a convenience person. My time, I feel, is very valuable, especially lately. And I generally don't have the time to go browse around the store most of the time. Hey Nick, everyone, been a while. It's Joseph. 2 hours away from me, but can't wait to get a few sessions and start building. Well, you can always take advantage of that 15% off and we'll send them right to you. Somebody said about the ooh, look at that finds. I definitely can get that. I enjoy wandering around at some like the IPMS shows and stuff and looking at the tables. You occasionally find something that's really interesting. You have to find something that I've had to buy though. But one of these days maybe I will. Alright. A16, C13. Do you recommend this kit? Yeah, so far so good. Every Witch for Mercury kit I've built so far has been, I'd say, ranges from pretty good to really good. There's definitely been some that are better than others, and some that, you know, I really enjoyed, and some that were just decent kits that maybe I probably wouldn't buy again unless I was interested in the mobile suit specifically. But this one's got a pretty cool design to it, and the like structural design of it is very interesting. When you know a beginner-friendly tool for scribing, I read a conversation in the Mecha Warehouse Discord about disk space set, but I also just want to ask you guys here. I think there's ultimately tons of options out there. I've heard good things about the disk space stuff myself. But I haven't done a whole lot of scribing myself, so. Craven Gray HG line, been satisfied with every kit I've gotten so far. What's up, Lee's Creative Arts, or Creative Art? I need to like reorient this camera. Sometimes I think it's not close enough to me. I want to work in here really close to me, but I'm not on camera. If I move it too close, I'm going to bump my head or something. One of these days, I'm going to actually look at, I made a note, I think last week, that I need to look at my overlays again and see if I can figure that out and change that up. And maybe I need to change the whole camera setup too. Why is the brown gun from Witch Mercury kit so short? Which one? Lots of people here. Hey, George. Ilfrith Thorn. Oh, I had some items that were made yesterday, so I don't have to pay for shipping twice. Solid Monkey, you can definitely send an email, support@mechawarehouse.com, mention the order number, what you'd like to add, and we can invoice you for it on Monday. That's the preferred way anyway. If you're really worried about it disappearing, you could order it and ask for it to get merged, but it's more work to merge than it is to just add items. For Thor, had to look it up. Gotcha. I didn't know it was short. Interesting. It's a rotisserie chicken. Tried the Darabalde. It looks cool and posing for how big it feels with the side shields and lance. Yes. Off topic, I've been watching old fights later. Thoughts on Tyson and Paul? I mean, I kind of hope Tyson tears his head off. I feel like Mike Tyson is one of like 3 people in the world I'd never want to get punched by. And there's not many people that I feel that way about. To IKEA today, I ended up getting a new seat cushion for my chair and a new lamp for my desk, so it's a lot better for building now. Cool. Took advantage of the sale to grab some stuff on my old wish list. Nice, Dylan, thank you. Nick, Cuban issues with USPS. They have been terrible down here in the south lately. I haven't heard of much in the way of issues from the warehouse guys, so I don't think so. I start my PG Unleashed night. Nice. That's a Soul from Mercury. It was a nice little kit. Nick, that's still the same razor origin you have been using, or is that a new razor? I just want to have house longevity before replacing it. This is the original one I started using October 2022. Was it 22? Or was it 21? It's been at least a year and change, maybe longer. Basically got the old man strength, plus it is Iron Mike. I mean, you just watch videos of him even now demonstrating like punching technique, and the dude understands how to move his body to generate power. Like, that is super apparent to me. Mike Tyson doesn't even want to get punched by Mike Tyson. That's how strong he is. Pretty sure not even Chuck Norris wants to be hit by Mike. I'm pretty sure Chuck Norris would punch Mike Tyson in the fist with his face. It wouldn't be the other way around. But I've been hit by some pretty strong, tough dudes, and a lot of them don't concern me much. But he is very something else. Think of the Witch from Mercury gun, Volva. I haven't built it yet, so I don't have a ton of opinions on it. I want to see Chuck Norris fight Biden and Trump the same age. And the comic book on any kits, I have not. It looks really cool. I think the cell shading is what you're referring to. I would love to learn how to do it. It feels like it requires more ability, like more talent ability, and not just here's how you follow the steps that I'm capable of. Steve Banshee Nord, Sad Banshee Nord MG, RP Bandai. A17. Okay. I think we're getting close to finishing off some runners here. Display look into it. Yeah, I heard the display works pretty good if I'm just using it pre-existing lines. I guess the other thing, chisel, panel line, scribing stuff, the Grita from Gun Primer is pretty cool. I've messed around with that a little bit. It's basically just like a needle, but if you're creating new lines, it doesn't have any directionality to it. It might be good for like the first step of creating panel lines and stuff. Your thoughts on over-the-shoulder cannons? I think they look pretty cool in at least some cases. It depends on the situation, I guess. Okay, so this goes on like so. Can't wait to see a finished model. Best thing to watch while building a Gundam, someone else building a Gundam. Thanks, Joey. Welcome. What's up, Jason? Which lines are assigned better between MG and RG? I'm not sure off the top of my head. They both do pretty well, though. Okay, then I'm gonna do the next couple parts here. Finish off this leg here, B1, 1, and A18. And then we'll do the first draw for the giveaway. Alright, so that one's finished off. This one will be too. Sweet. Love the feeling of finishing off a runner. Super satisfying. Alright. We're painting along with ratios. Any tips to keep the gun from clogging up? I'm working on an airplane. It's been annoying because the sudden clot forms. Drop a blob and it goes everywhere. What kind of paints are you using, Lee's Creative Art? That would probably be the first piece of input for advice in general. Because I think you can get some different stuff depending on the type of paint. Different issues. Sorry I'm late. Almost forgot from watching Gundam Wing while building my MG Protos. Wing Zero. Nice. More MGs and RGs myself. And fight with Vince Macross Defender kit. And that's come a long way in hiding seams. Trouble with RG. The parts are too small to work with. Both building and panel line, prescribing good beginner sets. This bed, definitely recommend. Watch some videos. Definitely, there's so much video content out there. You can kind of see exactly what you need to do. Your almost good idea might be to watch multiple videos from different people using different tools. If you're unsure which ones to get, and see how they use them, if there's any differences, maybe those content creators talk about what they like about or dislike about the tool they're using. Vallejo, my ratios were bad, but still seems to jack me up. I was using the cheap paint. If I thin to a 30 to 70 ratio, no issues. Okay, so Vallejo, if you use Vallejo Mecha, my ratio, I believe, is 1 part flow improver to 5 parts paint. And then 1 part thinner to 3 parts paint, I think. If I remember correctly, or it's the opposite. But flow improver is important. If you don't use flow improver, you'll end up getting the dry tip is what it's called, and that's when it starts splattering the paint. If I get the right ratio of flow improver in there, then I don't have that issue. And that's huge. The other thing that I do when I paint is I will often blow air in between blowing paint, like off somewhere else. So if I'm, holding the airbrush and I'm painting my piece, I'm spraying, spray air, spray air. So before I spray paint, every time I spray air, and I do it on a surface like the back of my hand that I can see if it splatters. Because usually once you splattered it, it won't splatter again immediately. Usually, that's not perfect, but it helps me minimize that kind of stuff. I find that works fairly well. But Vallejo, it's best to do a little at a time and clean off the tip with cotton and thinner. I've heard of that too. Isn't Vallejo Mecha supposed to be ready to spray right from the bottle? That is a lie. I thought the same thing when I started, and in fact I airbrushed my first kit that way. And once I started thinning, it was way better. It's airbrush ready, but it's not like airbrush ready, if you get my drift. Catch my drift, whatever that expression is. It's not so much that it is pre-thinned as it is intended to be sprayed. Yeah, the dry tip I think is what I get. I'll try these tips. I got a few good runs, like half a wing, but then I end up having to stop and clean the whole thing. Thanks, appreciate the ideas. No problem. It took me a while to get to a point where I could get through kits, and I still have issues of various types when spraying and stuff. Some way more frustrating than others, but all not cool. There's nothing worse than having your work get ruined or whatever because your airbrush misbehaves. Alright, so get the legs on there. These legs are kind of interesting. I like the chest and shoulder design though. I feel like they might be interesting for like a kit bash if I was going to do that. Okay. None of the ready to spray out of the bottle is true for any paint that I found except Alclad. Splash is that way. Splash is pre-thinned, and I've heard works well for that. In fact, they don't even sell thinner, which I feel like is a mistake, but whatever. I guess it works for them. Okay. As we do a backup prize, we're going to make the number range a little bit lower. So, first draw of the night for this RG Exia. We're going to do a number from 10 to 1,000, and I want you to answer the question, what is the most satisfying thing for you when you build? What's the most satisfying thing for you when you build? 10 to 1,000, or one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. 10 to 1,000, what is the most satisfying thing for you when you build? I have to give a / try then. It's probably worthwhile. They're lacquers and all that stuff. They, I think the company started doing mostly car stuff, but I've heard they make good paints. Clearly, hoping the LEDs still work. All right. Weapon B234 and 35. What was the range? 10 to 1,000. Use splash and confirm good stuff. I've seen good results with it. If I sprayed lacquers, I would definitely give it a try. Splash paints as we speak. Best paint I found so far. That's RT ready to use, maybe? Is that what RT use? I feel like it'd be interesting if more paints manufacturers sold their paint in like both pre-thinned and not pre-thinned options. I understand why they likely don't. For the likely reasons why they don't. Thin paints are hard, you get more of your paints too. Definitely, but when you first start, like it'd be nice to be able to say this is what it's supposed to be like when you start, so you can kind of calibrate faster. I don't know, it took me a little bit to kind of figure it out. I went to start airbrushing, hand painting such a pain, but I'm only on my second paint build, so it's all learning curve, definitely. Cleaning the panel lines, moving just the right amount of paint. When it's completed, and how proud am I going to turn out. Including runners. Definitely not the only one there. Started using pigment powder in my last build. That was an experience. What's the deal with the pigment powders? I've heard of them. I think I've seen them in use before, but like generally how do you use them? Like is it just like the weathering powders but with other colors, or is it something completely different? The waist fits the body. Snapping the limbs together. That's cool. That's cool. I can totally see that. I'll call time in a moment, and then I will draw our number. But once I finish this piece. So you lay down a base coat, either white or black, and you completely cover it with the powder. When the base coat is still while the base coat is still sticky, and you brush off any excess, and it looks just like paint. Oh, that's interesting. Some you can streak, smear for effects like carbon, others you can use for texture like rust or dust. I have a set of color shifting powders, so instead of trying to use color shifting paints, this is much easier and interesting. What's up, that guy Mitch? Welcome. See, putting on stickers is a close second. Most of the details come together. When I actually cut a ball joint off. Yeah, that probably is in the least satisfying category. Maybe that's the next question. So question range 10 to 1,000. And what is the most satisfying part of the build for you? Brand is Armored Komodo. Okay, I've heard of them. I think there's a point where we were contemplating carrying them. We might have to revisit that at some point. We're planning on taking a hard look at a lot of the stuff we carry and what things are we carrying that we shouldn't because no one buys them, and what things should we maybe get instead. We want to optimize our inventory to have the things people need. It's cool to give you 2 sets of stickers. They come with extra parts to put on them, or you can only use one. Oh, for this one? No, it's just the one set of stickers, or one set of parts, rather. I feel like a bunch of these Witch Mercury kits have had kind of like an active and non-active set of stickers. Like the permit score stuff. For example. Fully how I've used pre-thin metal, everything else is to me and Mr. Hobby. Especially RG new, so I gotta do that right now. Nice. Okay. Alright, there we go. Trevor Caliburn had an ungodly amount of green metallic stickers. Turned I have. Exit I shall. What's up, Egg? Okay, I'm gonna call time here. It's Michaela's build, but those stickers you got left were a pain. Oh, I bet. They're fairly long and thin, so. Okay, time has been called. Okay, 10 to 1,000. 611. 611. That was the wrong window, but I think it's going to give me the same thing here. So I don't see a 611. Let you guys confirm. If that is the case, we will be drawing again shortly. Okay, P233. The 50 off, that's not bad, given the number range. 33. Thanks for the sub, Q Bifrost. I'm going to knock out another Granddaddy Gun tonight, version 2.0 this time. A lot of close ones. Wow, mine wasn't 611. Wait for the next contest. Well, so we're drawing. So for this prize, we're going to draw again shortly, if that's what you're referring to. Or are you referring to like Redacted or other build contests we've run? Nothing worse than realizing one of your thumbs during build night as the sore because nail is too short condition, trying to hold tiny parts to clean nubs. Yeah, that's always fun. Finish up my double quadful saber. I'm torn because I'm not super happy with how my nub removal has looked lately. That's a bummer. I hate when you get like self-critical about stuff. Also feel the thumb thing. Try to keep my finger and toenails short generally because of karate and jiu-jitsu and stuff, and not wanting to scratch people. But there's a fine line sometimes between short enough and too short. Can't wait for the next Redacted. Every time I've done it, I've bumped up levels of my skills. It's awesome to hear Lego Yoda. It's kind of the goal with the contest, so that's pretty cool. What is your favorite retired kit? I don't know how to define retired kit. Like one that's out of print. Fun fact: almonds and cauliflower are good foods to make your nails stronger. Definitely helps in this hobby. Did not know that. Busted my head open Monday, and now it's the point where it itches but can't scratch it or open up again. That's rough. Yeah, out of print. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've built that is like actually really out of print. 28 and 32. What's your favorite master grade? I think by default I usually answer the Heavy Arms Custom. I can't push past it, but I really should invest in a better number mover set. I was tempted to grab what you're using right now, but had to settle for some cheap glass files and nail black buffers. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of buy once, cry once sometimes with stuff, right? Buy the better tools, so you don't have to go buy it again. But you should really get pretty close, I would think, with other stuff. These are panel lining smaller kits. I have panel lined many kits, and I'm nervous about doing it if they're new. Is the new painted or unpainted? What methods are you using now? What tools are you using now? I might be able to steer you in the right direction. Seed kit's always back heavy. My RG Strike Freedom always flops on its back. I think a lot of the seed designs have big backpacks, don't they? That's a pretty general rule. I don't have any seed kits, so I don't know if I'm just making that up from random observations or what. Did you build Witch Mercury Hindry Sturm? Not yet, but I do have it and plan on getting it to some point. Unpainted is finished building it, haven't done anything to it, nor do I plan to other than panel lining stickers. What do you use? Do you use markers? And if so, which type? The pour type or the regular ones? Or you use like an accent wash of some sort? Or make another moving Gundam, which one would you like them to make? I'd love to see a Heavy Arms that opens all the hatches up and starts spinning the barrels and stuff, but feel like that's unlikely. So I bought the Razor God Hands in my third kit. Pretty sure all the seed kits I have do have big backpacks. Good portion of them do. Pick favorite master grade. It would have to be either Banshee Norn or Master Gundam. Port type Gundam markers. Okay. So I haven't used those. I've used panel line accents, which are probably fairly similar in that you're basically, you get some in the line, it fills the line, and then you wipe the excess off, right? I haven't tried to see. I think you could use an eraser like you would with the regular markers for that, because it's an unpainted kit. What issues do you have specifically when you panel line, or what are you nervous about? See if we can figure out exactly what advice you need. Attack because that's what I use, but don't feel like I have any problems with cleaning using those. Love Big Backpack, Lucas Strike, Forbidden Gundam, Turret X, EXS. Alright. Racer work for port type on a non-painted kit. I haven't painted a kit yet, so I can't speak to that. I don't think you want to try it on a painted kit, because unless your paint is super duper durable, you're gonna definitely strip it off with the eraser. But going on bare plastic is kind of nice sometimes. Certainly makes some stuff easier, at least. Because I've done MG Bartos, Origin, or actually it's a cloth, Rubicon cloth to remove the excess paint, and that's worked well. Yeah, I've seen that work well. Q-tips as well. Q-tips with a little bit thinner. Usually support type and to me a panel line accent color to panel line. Have you had any plastic get brittle with the Tamiya panel line accent directly on it? I've heard that can make plastic brittle when there's no paint layer in between. So one's on MG beam saber handle. Okay. This issue is that there's always a tiny bit left, or I end up smoothing out edges. I don't want to, or I leave a bit of scratchy, blurry surface behind. Very noticeable in light colors. Do you top coat in Earleo? A Mac top coat will level out a lot of the like scratchiness stuff. But a Siren file as well, but I still default to cheap nano most times since I'm using it. Not used to its stronger filing action yet. Plus, I usually cut pretty flush in the second cut anyway. So my seed kits with Tamiya panel line fluid, and I haven't had a problem yet. But I also don't put it on the ABS or any structural parts. I had the mess around kit experiment on, and it's had some of our plaster parts without issue. What's up, Anthony Sermoshi? The panel line enables best use on clear coat while the kit is disassembled. If it leaks into unpainted parts, your kit can crumple. You might just need to start cutting flush more often, to be honest. I worry about stress marks. I spilled some panel liner on a piece and it got onto the backside where I had an alligator clip, cleaned it out, but a few minutes later the peg with the clip just shattered. Wow, it's crazy how much that can vary, right? Some people leave stuff on there for months versus a brief accidental thing where the piece just shatters. So kits have far too much surface detail on them to use the panel lining pen. The fluid is a lot better. The top coat, I don't have any space in my room to do it, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that's one thing that would help. That can make a huge difference on some of those things that you're talking about. Even out the surfaces and stuff. But if you don't have space, there's not a whole ton you can do about that other than to try to get space, I guess. Those are panel liner runners to avoid pooling. I think that can work as long as your panel lines don't go near where the runners are. Start paneling new after eating dinner, at least the fin funnels in the head. What notice needs it most. Definitely see what I can do about it. I appreciate the advice. No problem. That's one of those things when I first started, like, trying to do nub removal stuff. And you see the little bit of scratches and slight discoloration. Even the discoloration from the nub sometimes can become far less noticeable. And you know that's not a bad thing, you know. Which of Mercury kits have you built so far? So I think everything up to this one. Let's see if I got my sheet here. So I've done SD aerial, full mechanics aerial, vigorous standard Soletta, Ilfrith, bigger bow aerial, goes Delanza standard type, Choo Choo demi trainer, Ferrac, Darabalde, Demi Trainer, and I'm working Michaelis. So it's basically the first 1 through 11, skipping the expansion parts for Demi Trainer at this point. Have you ever used nail supplies for your kits? I haven't, but I've heard of it. It's definitely a thing people do and can work out okay. Which Mercury kits have you built? So I already answered that one. Which one's your favorite? I mean, Aerial was pretty cool. The Demi Trainers are really cool. I could see building a bunch of those to do different things with. I like grunts in general. No Calibar, not yet. I'm working my way up. It's probably going to be one of the last ones I build, actually. Because Soletta is very smooth build. Finished in a week. Used a nail file when I first started building 2 years ago. Tons of people do. So I started most of the tools I used to build or harvest it from around the house. Calibar and what got me into Gundam, that's cool. Someone's on back on your Friday Zoom build nights. If you can't move a no mark, you don't want to paint it, just put a decal on it. You know, it works. You get Choo Choo. Only started building back in December. Definitely come a long way since then. So just got some display case set up. Got a long way to go. So I'm excited to see where I end up. Definitely, it's enjoy the process. There's so much you can end up doing. Just learning to enjoy the process of the building and trying to learn stuff and get out of your comfort zone a little bit goes a long way. Still applying the Lego aisle and Target. Nice. They have good nail decals that go well with kits. I did an HG Goof kit full of them and called it Goof Fine. Nice. we're going to do the second draw here for that RG Exia very, very soon. I feel like I'm missing a nub here. Currently working on the HGC silver build suppressor as I'm watching my build. Cool, Escobar. I built the regular silver bullet last year sometime maybe. It's a pretty cool build. You're thrown overboard by an island with a shelter and running water. Your suitcase had 5 items for your hobbies to entertain you until you get rescued. What are those 5 items? How how long am I anticipating being there? That goes there. Okay. To Michaela and Demi Trainer, who would you recommend? Oh, Michaelis. I think I like the Demi Trainer more overall, but they're both good. Like it's tough for gray or black for panel lining. I use both. White I'll often use gray on, and darker colors I use black and brown for reds and yellows and the like. But the goal is to feel comfortable enough with building to grab a PGXE with the lighting kit if possible. Just got to keep making baby steps until then. Definitely. All right. So second draw of the night. Let's get that figured out here. Okay, so let's do a number from 10 to 600 and go with the opposite of the last question. What is the most frustrating part of a build for you? 10 to 600, what is the most frustrating part of your build? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only shipped US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for it to be a valid entry. 10 to 600, what is the most frustrating part of the build for you? Where the gray just doesn't pan out for me. Often on white kits, maybe the Mr. Weathering one is just too light in color. Could be. Those two pieces just won't line up right. I totally feel that one. Okay, where was I? B2, 36 and 37. tiny parts, shaky hands. Parts I always feel like I'll actually cut something important by accident. I hate that feeling. With the wrong parts on, in the wrong spot, I have to pull it back out to fix it. Without working, I might break the piece. There's a lining. I'm changing. My answer to stickers. Correct an RGB on a sticker sheet. Screwing up panel lines. Resisting the piece was being stressed by break. Having one of the internal chest pieces, the MG barb. Oof. Playing some of the barks, I did it wrong. Never knew nippers existed. Oh, they do. And they help a lot. Waiting for paint to dry. I feel that. I only usually get at best typically 1 day a week to paint, and lately it's been, you know, one day every few weeks. So waiting for cure times in between steps is a killer, because you can't just do the next step the next day or whatever. You gotta wait a whole week. Not my favorite. Hey ABS, what's going on? Missing a nub to sand. That's rough too. I hate finding dropping a piece to the good, just thought drop by. That's cool. The missing something, you know, realizing you didn't get something, like you're painting and you find out you missed painting a part or something. Spray can paint takes like 15 to 30 minutes, but inconsistent compared to airbrushing. Lots of my tools such as razor can't reach. Oh, that's fun too. One of these days I want to start using the little sanding boards where you cut the sandpaper for and stuff. That seems like an evolution in my sanding that I need to get to at some point. I feel like that would improve things a lot. To me a can spray because of the cost, but they do dry very fast. Having to spend money, I suppose, is a frustrating thing about building in general. It's thankfully not the most expensive hobbies, but also not the cheapest either. Barding so far is my favorite demi-suit. Mind you, I haven't built the Garrison yet. I'm feeling that one will replace the barding. Acrylic paint, good to use. Just wondering. I use acrylics. I use the Vallejo Mecha Color, which is an acrylic line. I like them. I think there's, you know, trade-offs with things like lacquers, which I hear can be more durable and stuff like that, but I prefer the acrylics just for the safety factor. To spray, and I got kids in the house. Consequences of my crimes. Tax evasion. Let's call time, I think. Crystalline is a good paint. You know, a coffee shop nearby and want to get your project done. That's interesting. Works okay on the small parts and stuff. Okay, calling time. You built the Bandai Pacific Rim kits. I have not. Okay, 10 to 600, 229. I think we might have a winner. Billy Bob Joe. That's what I'm waiting for. Congratulations, Billy Bob Joe. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we will get that prize sent out to you hopefully this week. We do have a backup prize, so we will be doing another draw. Backup prize courtesy of everybody who contributed last week with the super chats. Those donations are super helpful, and 100% of the money from that we get goes right back into backup prizes. Back feels like it wants to crunch a whole bunch. Super Late is trying to detail my MG God Gundam. How's everyone doing? How's it going, Nick? Good, thank you. How are you? Second week now having to mow the lawn again and all that stuff. Not happy about having to spend some time every week doing that. Are we doing a backup prize tonight? We are. This is a desk from high school I could crack my spine on. They're the perfect height and could send a ripple up and down. I thought about buying one just for that. Oh yeah, the desk with the seat like built into the desk or whatever. You get the back of the chair like right behind between the vertebrae and just kind of crack on it. Also, with the backup was a sheet of paper with the email direction to make a paper crane or X-wing. Well, if that were the case, we could have a bunch of backup prizes. I got some paper model kit. I got a paper model kit when I went to Japan back in 2016. I need to build that sometime. Maybe that'd be an interesting special stream sometime or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I also got some like sheet metal kits too when I was there. This is my chiropractor. I had a pretty good one, and then he stopped practicing. I should probably find another one. So what info do I put? Email, shipping address, ideally, you know, your username here and the number and all that kind of stuff too. Good. Excited. I finally got my hands on a set of G-Work decals. Got some for MGSD, Dynamis Curios, and MGX Strike Freedom. Metal kit, the Queen Anne's Revenge. Apparently, it's one of the hardest metal kits available. Interesting. I had a pair of, they were like samurai armor metal kits that I picked up when I was in Japan in 2016. Pre-Gunpla hobby for me. I built one way back when, but yes, phone, name, phone, address, that stuff all helps. Definitely need the phone number too. Potentially for shipping, depending on which carrier ends up shipping. So you can confirm it's actually me. Yep, some of that and your contact info and shipping info so we can get it out to you. Credit card number, 3-digit PIN. What is it? Maiden name, SSN. We get DNA samples and diary. Chinese zodiac to be specific. Japanese, so I use a translation. Sorry if I'm wrong. No worries. Are you able to understand what I'm saying from the translation, or are you trying to listen and then use it for what you're saying? Actually, that's probably pretty interesting in and of itself, because wouldn't be surprised if Google Translate can't pick up on the some of the idioms I use. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot better. Is this one kit for your diorama or just a fun kit? Looks cool so far. Just a kit to do. I'm trying to build all the Witch for Mercury kits Got them all in my backlog, so I'm going to gradually build them all. Still got a bunch to do, but gradually making it through them. Hopefully by the time I do, I'll be in a place where I'll be painting kits more rapid fire again. Which one is your favorite so far from that series? I don't know, probably the Ariel's the one I've built so far that's my favorite, but the Demi Trainer, we were just talking about that a little bit earlier. Demi Trainer's a pretty cool kit too. I need to build my Ichi Shenlong, include my Wing TV versions. Nice. I need to build that too. I got a bunch of the Wing HG kits. When I built those, the Sandrock. Well, I guess technically not true because I built a crap ton of Maganacs and a bunch of Leos. So I picked up the Ariel rebuild. Can't find the original Ariel, but I love the blue on it. Yeah, I don't think the regular Ariel has printed in a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they come around again, but I haven't seen them at a distributor recently. Okay, now we're looking for something. Score 6 is good too. Okay, now we're looking for something quick to watch last night. We weren't sure how much time we were going to have because of the baby. Not sure when she'd be ready for sleep, so we ended up rewatching season 1 of The Guild. I mean, I forgot how awesome that web show was. Do you know if and when they might do reprints of any of the G Gundam models? No, I don't have. I might have that information somewhere, but I don't have it committed to memory, so I'm not sure. Of course, like the Demi Trainer, but I gotta admit the short set and the Alfred are my favorites right now. Those are cool too. The and Thorn are kind of cool looking. There's like all 5 of the Wing EW standard kits built. The good was so great. It definitely was. We were cracking up the whole time, and I think we've watched it through, a handful of times at this point. Absolutely what we needed last night too. Kind of helped. We're both tired and stressed out, I think. What's the guild about? So it's basically about this group, a guild that play the game. I don't think they ever mentioned the name of said game, but it's clearly a stand-in for just about any MMO. What's it about? Is that the one with Mac from Always Sunny? I don't know. I haven't seen Always Sunny, so I don't know who Mac is. But it's basically, they're all like a local guild or whatever, and some weird stuff happens. The first episode starts off with, one of the characters, she does like a journal into a webcam or something. Oh, C10. I need a bunch of C10. And one of her guildmates shows up at her front door or whatever. It's Felicia Day. Yeah, Felicia Day was like one of the main characters in it. Joke was the raid leader Frank Bacon while playing is based off of my old raid leader. That's funny. Waiting to get the Cosmos LED water slides from Full Tanks Aerial. They pack a lot of hilarious comedy, and the acting's really good, especially for like a web show kind of thing. Sent the email, super hyped to put it together, or put a real grade together before. Awesome. Just glanced at the clock and realized that's almost 10 p.m. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. The streams have been going by super fast lately. Two hours doesn't feel like all that much. Feels like we just got started, right? And a quick question. In last Delpy incoming, I noticed the Endless Wings series was on it. There was no decal for custom at all. Do you not carry decals for PB kits? We do. What we bring in, though, depends on what is available there. And it also is a constant game of trying to decide which ones to keep in stock and when. And there are so many Delpy decals where we're doing a lot of calculation. And a lot of that's like quick and dirty back of the envelope stuff about where to spend our budget. A lot of the P-Bandai stuff we are being a little bit more careful about in general, as a general rule, just because we think it sells more seasonally than some of the other ones. But it could just be a matter of time before we get more of those. I'm not sure. So the Christmas stream is right around the corner, right? Get the best times at the shortest. Talk to people about kind of Flame-Forge doesn't sound like cost LED for the ephemeral will be coming back at all. We can only hope though. A lot of those kinds of things are made like one-off, you know, they're not produced forever. It's like a lot of kits aren't, you know, produced continuously. We do this first backup prize draw momentarily here. Gonna need some more heavy metal, just saying. W hollows that I'm itching to see back in stock. There's so many. And it's not a trivial amount of work to do the ordering and the check-in and all that kind of stuff. So we're doing a lot of mental math on which ones to restock and when and how do we choose, and I don't think we've arrived at the right answer yet, but that's something we're working on. We're working hard at it, trying to figure out how to get just enough of the things people want to last in stock for just the right amount of time. To best use our capital and bring people what they need when they need it. This HG model, it is Michael. All right, let's do the stickers. Oh geez, yeah, this is gonna suck. So who is your favorite pilot character? Separate from their MS. I don't know, maybe Duo. I haven't heard about the new code. Guess. Anime. I have not. So for your sake, but the main thing is the depth there may out there at all after how well the FM sold. Which unicorn do you suggest to pick up? The RG is really nice. I did the RG full armor. It was pretty cool. Sanding sounds good. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to do the draw for this backup prize. Let's see, what's our number range? Okay, so backup prize. Let's do a number from 10 to 400, and we'll go with that same question. Who is your favorite pilot? 10 to 400, who is your favorite mobile suit pilot from any Gundam series? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number in the same comment for it to be valid entry. 10 to 400. Who's your favorite mobile suit pilot? Thanks for doing these streams, Nick. I like the community. I found some posts to follow on Instagram. The community you have amassed is pretty chill. Thanks, and have a great evening. Thanks, Lees. In particular order parts like to build your gunpla. I typically follow the instructions. But I'll put together sub-assemblies with other sub-assemblies before they're typically called out in the instructions when I get a chance. So it's 8. Nine and 10 for each of these. Oh, it's interesting the way these are organized. Okay, these are about to be a pain in the butt, I think. Whoever thought this was a good idea should be fired, I think. There's a Nightmare decal. I'm very quickly. I'm thinking I'm going to just bail on these because I don't want to do that. I'm going to find some other way. If I even want to fill this at all, I'll just panel line them or something. Get a marker in there. There's no way those are going to look good. Shame that for the Witch Mercury HD line, it started out strong with the permanent effects being actual parts, but most of the lineup having stickers instead. It's probably a volume thing. The high volume ones are probably made more sense. The X green kind of marker, right? Something like that. Building the Silver Bullet last night, just skip some of the stickers for that. Just seemed like a lazy way to hide a seam line. Struggling with stickers, especially the wraparound ones, so I end up with wrinkles galore. Yeah, like these are not going to look good. I generally don't do, like, I prefer not to do stickers most of the time. Some of them on these witch kits I've been doing though. Looking. Are you restocking guide notes paints anytime soon? We're looking into it. Was literally a conversation we were having recently. I think we probably will. Not sure on the exact timing, but we probably will. More people don't make waterside decals of the permit lights. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. Set all folds in. Fan of the hefty premium foil stickers, like with the Caliburn. That's it. That's pretty cool. Now that arm makes more sense, and then these must fold out for. Where's the? We do have effect parts. Looks like there's a stand. Oh, because that can totally come off. That's cool. All right. And these feet are just so small. feel like a fighting mobile suit needs to have bigger feet. I don't know. I think that's my personal preference. I like a lot of design choices on this from like the middle of the waist up. But the legs are a little bit weird. Okay, so I think that kind of wraps that one up. So stand that one off to the side. I think the new project here, on that, or my least favorite part, definitely Dom Supremacy, Nick Dom Supremacy. To be fair, it's mostly meant for space combat, if I recall. That's the HG Grimgird from IBO. It's definitely a little bit of that. So I think the next project, back to panel lining mode, I think I'll go back and panel line this Epion I did and a couple other high grades as we cycle through different activities here. So should be a fun one. Actually, I'll just set that aside in the box. I should cut out these last couple pieces off the runner while I'm at it, actually, too. Any way to pose weird weapons without individual stance with them? I mean, it depends on the weapon, I think. Let's look at Epion. I need to work on it. Thanks. Mine's in the box. It's a good kit. It's runner D2. There's the place it's missing from. So when you're actually displaying a kit, how do you store the older ones? So far, I've had space to store every kit I want to display. The ones that are like work in progress that aren't ready to be displayed yet end up sitting back in boxes on the shelf. People use magnets, whole weapons and things. It's tedious, but it's also cool. I just hopped in. What's the question in range? 10 to 400 and favorite mobile suit pilot. Call time momentarily and draw a number here. There we go. Happy I caught that. Another panel lining stream, or are you building? I've been building. I'm switching to panel lining here in the last few moments because I just finished up a kit. Expect the runners for ATK Girl I got, and this bag face in the box. Kind of discomforting to see. Okay, calling time. $253. Assume this is parts of Rock Station, which it is. much is it? Digging some songs. 253 I said. Alright, let me just do this and then I will get you that info. I don't believe there's a winner. I'll let you guys confirm. So Pretzel Rocks, this is the metal station, I believe. Yeah, metal. Pretzel Rocks. Tips on putting on display your Gunplas always been an issue for me. What's been the issue for you, I guess? Like, is it space? Is it getting them to stand? Is it something else? Do one more attempt at this this draw in a little bit. Okay, let me get that stuff kind of out of the way. And then pick up the Epion box here so I can stash pieces as I go. Space and dust is the issue. So space is a hard one to solve for somebody else. It's really where can you put things and move things around. Risers and things like that can be helpful to pack more stuff into a smaller space. Dust, I think, is a matter of having it in a case. Never enough space. Plus my girlfriend has her Legos too, so we're fighting over space. I think this kid's going to come back for decals at some point too. These are going to be a pain because of all the ways that they can fold and stuff. Say other things to make room on shelves, but we're going to play with the extra cash. Had the problem again. Unfortunately, I got to run for the night. Hopefully, I'll have a good rest of the night and good luck in the giveaway. Thank you for the stream, Nick. Have a good night. Thanks. Have a good one. Build new shelves for all my kits. Damn, Mecha Monkey. It's going to hurt my heart selling some of my collection. Same little cookie, or I have plans to build, I should say. It's a kit you go out for. You have to wait for MG Exia. I ordered earlier today. Nice. Don't sell the Gunpla, sell other things like books, decor, family heirlooms, urns, the ashes of love. Made a panel lining transforming kit. Plan to make a whole room dedicated Gunpla. I always view it as a problem for future me. There's also the what do you call them? Like floating shelves and stuff like that. That's a potentially a good way to display kits if you don't have a ton of space. You can kind of make space where you otherwise wouldn't be able to use space. What was the latest kit you painted? Actually, it was the redacted, the tank notching. Plan making a whole room data. It was a problem feature me. My wife has just walked into me building Ghouls Delanza kit. And I said the kit is for her get well present because that's her favorite color. About 20 models above my computer. There you go. Got 21 on one bookshelf. A lot of panel lines on these wings. A lot of detail in this kit. It was placed on 3 different 2x3 cube, organized into other shelves full. Several spots around my hobby area, but they're always packed. They're all packed away for now. I wouldn't be able to do that, pack away all my kits. Okay, so final draw of the night here. Let's make a final attempt. Let's do a number from 10 to 100, and how do you display your kits? 10 to 100, how do you display your kits? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. 10 to 100, how do you display your kits? Got my daughter her first. Kids today, nice. What cookie? Read your name. I like cookies. What kits, not what cookies, did you get her? Loving the detail, even on parts that are covered by armor. All right. All right. My imagination, because my cats say no. Giving kind of building desk workstation, rotating featured models of the month on the shelves. Rotating kits is definitely an idea if you don't have a lot of room. Oops, I missed a few spots. So many panel lines on this thing. I figured, damn, I meant to type 12 or I'm out of his bookcase desk floating shelves. If that one disqualifies me, oh well. Give the Witch Mercury expansion packs too. One like Hail Star all day, etc. I've got them, I think. At least the regular release ones. If any of them are P Bandai, then I don't. But the regular release ones I do have. Or I hope that my boss let me bring in my Rising Freedom and Moral Justice for if and when they put out Gundam Seed Freedom on disc. That'd be pretty cool. One on each side of my monitor, but they're only 30-minute kits. MG's restored. I'm going cross-side trying to see if I've got all these panel lines cleaned up. And they're like just enough lack of contrast in the panel line color versus the color it's on. Making it a bit of a struggle. Was a backup prize out of curiosity? I'll let you guys know when somebody wins it. Keep it a secret. When so FYI too. So our normal prize we will draw multiple times for the last draw until we have a winner. If it's where it's a backup prize, we will just draw once. If we have a winner, great. And if we don't, it will roll over to be a backup prize for next week. Wish I get the kind of wish I had panel lined these before I put them together. Good to have my kits away. It's more about the labor of love for me. There's definitely something about the process. See dogs. 7 dogs, and I can say dogs will destroy any Gunpla or parts on the floor. I can totally understand doing that. I feel like I would struggle with that. I think I'm too attached to the things I make. Generally speaking, maybe at some point that will change. Probably be healthier for me if I could get comfortable doing that. right. So that's one wing down. That's why I always do panel lining before, because hard as hell sometimes. Most things aren't too bad to take apart, but those wings, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in there. I really don't want to take them apart. So I probably should have done it beforehand. Okay. I'm going to call time here. And let's draw a number and see if we have a winner. 10 to 129. So I'm not doing commission bills that I couldn't do it. Get a few kits away to friends and family, but they were already meant as gifts. Oh, no. Looks like we have a winner. Hobby Barbados. Not to be confused with Barbados. I already did. Man, I'm losing faith in myself. So congratulations, Hobby Barbados. You won an HG Hindry Sturm. So you can email support@mechawarehouse.com and we will send that out hopefully this week. Congrats. And I'll reiterate, huge thank you to everybody who super chatted last week and gave us the necessary funds to make that giveaway prize a possibility. So congrats. Thank you. Hope you guys all had a great stream tonight. Hope you guys all had fun. I did. Went by super fast. We'll be back, I believe, next weekend. Same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. We'll pick up where we left off, working on panel lining this RG Epion, and then maybe work on panel lining some other kits, depending on how quickly that goes. Don't forget, we do have a sale this weekend, 15% off all in-stock items with code SAVE15. If you haven't yet, head over to mechawarehouse.com. See if there's anything you need or want or don't need, but want anyway. And otherwise, we'll see you guys all next week. Have a great rest of your weekend, great rest of your evening, and see you all